Hey guys, it's Finance Friday and it's when myself, Annabelle, is going to speak to you about my journey to getting a mortgage. And I'm not sorry to say it, but I've ended up in the same predicament. Overspent, not overdrawn, zero bank balance, in debt, more debt than on top of the £45,000 debt that I have. I'm behind on token payments set by the creditor after rejecting my offer of a token payment. So I don't feel guilty about that one because I told them how much I could afford in that situation, even before having to come into a refuge after the London Met Police had let me down on 3 separate occasions. So now I have this whole fuck it vibe, like, well, if I'm to stay a law-abiding citizen, if I'm to go on this journey towards a mortgage, it involves earning money, saving money, repaying back money, and possibly a sideline business whilst working full-time. That's what it involves. That is the steps I'm trying to make. And as I said earlier in other videos, I am having psychological problems, especially when I am preoccupied by what's happening with my mum. So the emotions and the behaviour involved in that preoccupation it's just messing with the 1 foot forward in front of the other. It's a journey on a path and there are steps. And it's just messing with it. So now I'm trying to find out what's available to me as a service user in a refuge, which involves financial assistance, it involves grants, and it involves benefits whilst being unemployed and not in my residential address with my family. And I'm overwhelmed emotionally because after being let down 3 times by the police, I'm now having to psychologically assess, is it worth making a complaint, whether it's by 101 or whether it's online, and is it worth putting forward what I believe is a safety measure or precaution when gathering the remainder of my belongings when my residential address is unsafe for me. As a woman with a physical handicap, so that's what's overwhelming me. And I finally got an appointment with the Citizens Advice Bureau, finally. And if I had that appointment or had spoken to someone in October, then maybe it wouldn't have got this far, where I've had to abscond my residential address into temporary shelter from a charity. And that's led me in more debt. And I have no money for food. So now it's just literally, I tried to call the food bank from a public service such as a library telephone, and I just couldn't get through to them. They haven't responded to my email yet, so it's about finding out in this borough, getting food, basic human need. I have shelter, I have warmth, I have clothes, running tap water, but I have no food and have no money for food. So I've been proactive. I don't want to give up all the power over my life because that is why I've ended up in this situation. So that is my circumstance at present. I still want to strive to get in a mortgage. I still want to make steps on that path in this journey. I still want to do that. I haven't changed my ideas on that. As you see in the last Friday's post, shelter. I did call them, and I have got somewhere with regards to which law books I need to read up before buying a home, and what my rights are as a homeowner. So thank you for that. And as I said, I want to make steps into getting on the register for council housing in the borough that I was born in, which is Hammersmith and Fulham. So I guess the next 7 days will be me making that application to Hammersmith and Fulham and seeing what the response is. And tomorrow I have a viewing for private rented accommodation in the borough of my choice, should I say. My mother chose the borough where she owns a home, and I guess the Lord above chose that I would be born in Hammersmith and Fulham. And I choose, as an adult, in the thumbnail in previous videos in this playlist, the Royal Borough of Kensington and Chelsea. So let's see how that goes. And after that viewing, should they accept my circumstances, genuinely, it's about looking into how can I pay that rent deposit or bond in some parts of the country, that's what they call it. How's that going to work? So yeah, I've got a lot to look forward to and a lot to emotionally overcome. And where I am right now, I've got a lot to battle with psychologically. And I still say I didn't want the Refuge to be part of the journey. It just happened to be, because I didn't have enough facts. If I had the facts upon arriving into the UK after my repatriation, I would have been a lot more powerful, a lot more stronger in my stride. So guys, signing out. Hopefully I'll have so much more to tell you next Friday. Take care.